everybody, welcome to the Vinyl channel. I'm the Vinyl Guy Boss. In this episode, I'm going to be doing an unboxing and a review of this record player right here that I went down recently and picked up down at the IKEA. It was the last one they had on the shelf. Now, the name of this is the Obegränsad, which is Swedish for boundless. Let's go ahead and get this opened up and see just how boundless it is. Let's take a closer look at the box and be sure to stick around at the end of the video for my review after using this for 3 days. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this opened up. And we're going to go ahead and very carefully do that. Okay. Alright. And we're going to go ahead. We have a manual. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and slowly get this out here. Oop. We got a cable, USB cable, and we got looks like a 3.5 to an RCA cable. So there it goes. And for some reason, there's a second book, but I think one is a quick start guide and one is another guide. So we got 2 books. So we're going to go ahead and take the box and put it on the side. Let's go ahead and get this out. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and carefully get this out of the plastic. And there we go. Okay, so it comes with a felt mat. And I believe and it's belt dry, which I believe is already attached. It's right there. Okay, and it is a plastic platter, as a lot of people have already reported. We're going to go ahead and get this off. Okay, so this is an Audio Technica AT300L stylus and cartridge. I believe it's a conical, so that's really nice. It's a lot better than the little red, little cartridge that you get on like the suitcase turntables. So, and the arm, it feels nice. I believe it's made from aluminum. Now there is a counterweight, if you want to call it that, even though it's not movable. That counterweight is probably a preset just for the stylus. Now this cartridge can be replaced, but it makes it difficult because you have your counterweight designed just for this cartridge, so changing it out with anything else is going to be problematic. It can be done, but probably not going to be fun doing it. But at least it does have a nice cartridge. So we're going to take off this, and we're going to go ahead and find out what the downforce pressure is of the stylus. We're going to turn this on. Okay, so it is zeroed out. So we're going to go ahead and put this right in the center. Okay, so this came in at 2.815 grams, which is roughly what everybody else is getting as well who put up videos about this record player. So it's definitely coming in at where it should be for this particular stylus. It's also important to notice that this thing does not come with a cover. So you will have to keep this thing dusted off. But we're going to go ahead and test the sound on this. I have hooked up these speakers right here. Here's the RCA jack, and I'm plugging it into this powered speaker over here. So we're going to go ahead now. It's also important to note that this does not come with a 45 RPM adapter, so hopefully you already have one if you plan on playing 45s. When I turn this on and I start listening, there is a little bit of noise coming from this. So you can hear the motor on this. It is very, very slight. It is less on the 33. It's almost, you can hear it. You can hardly hear it at all on 33, but on the 45. It's definitely there, but it's very, very slight. But I want to go ahead and mention that. So what we're going to do is go ahead and have a 45 here. I'm going to go ahead and put this on.
If I had a record machine, tell you what I would do. I would spend all of my time playing records for you. But now you're gone, said I'm all alone. I would spend all of my time waiting for you to come home. Machine, tell you what I would do. I would spend all of my time playing records for you.
Okay, I think that's enough of that song. I did mention earlier it does have a lift arm back here in the back, which is nice. Okay, now we want to go ahead and test the speed on this. I have this strobe mat here. So the way this works is that this out here is for 50 hertz, and this inner ring is for 60 hertz. I'm in the US, so I'm using 60 hertz. This first ring is for 33, so this middle ring is for 45, and this outer ring is for 78. I have it on 33 right now, so we're going to want to watch this ring right here. Okay, this one right here. And so I'm going to turn this record player on. Okay, and that should come out on the video. So as you can see, that that first inner ring, it's slowly moving forward. Okay, so you can see that. So that means is that this this platter is actually spinning a little faster than it should. It is important to note too that it is spinning, that even though it is a little faster, the little bars seem to be moving at a pretty constant rate. So that means that the wow is probably pretty good. It's not a direct measurement, but I've actually seen these before where it slows down and speeds up if the wow is really off. So, but that's my speed test, and as you can see here, like I said, it is a little bit fast. Something else I want to point out is others have pointed out that there is definitely a wobble on the platter as it spins. However, I can tell you it does not affect the way it sounds or the way it plays, but there is a wobble on the platter. I do like the buttons. They work very well. They're very solid, nice click, nice solid click, and so very satisfying. So the buttons are very nice. And I've already got this set up here. Now this is a very small form factor record player. This is not very wide, and this is sitting up here pretty nicely. I was able to fit my powered speakers right next to it, as well as a lamp in the back. So there's not a whole lot. There's not very many turntables, record players that I would be able to have it set up this way. So if a space is a premium, this might be a good option for you. Okay, so it's been a few days later now from the first part of the video. I played about 7 records on this. So one thing I do want to point out as well is that this space right here is very, very narrow. There's not a whole lot of room between the head shell and where this starts. And what that does, it kind of, whenever I put a record on, I'm kind of leery and worried a little bit about hitting the head shell with the record. So I seem to be moving the record a little bit to the left until it gets low enough down, and scooting it back a little bit to the right and putting it on the spindle. So I didn't even realize I was doing that on the first 2 records. I realized why I was doing that, because I was a little bit worried about how close this head shell is. So, but when you have something this small, you know, things have to be cramped and things have to be, really close together. I have not hit the head shell yet, and I probably won't, but part of me still worries about it. So I can tell you after using this for a few days, and like I said earlier, playing about 7 records on this, that for the most part, I'm pretty happy with this record player. It sounds really good. There's not a whole lot that's wrong with this. I know that as a plastic body, I know that it's rather light, but that doesn't seem to stop the fact that it actually sounds good and it plays well. So I would actually recommend this. Anybody who wants to get started in vinyl for the first time, or if you just have a small area of your house that you want to fit a record player, this might actually fit your bill. All right, I do want to thank everybody for joining me today. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and tap on the subscribe button, which is right up here. And don't forget to check out what I have up here for you. And but I do want to thank everybody again. And keep on spinning, and I'll see you next time.